And the reptile session again is something that I kind of coined about a year and a half ago. I had the pleasure of being in a podcast with Brian from Samson's Thinkatorium. I'll put his link down below because if you guys are looking for a platform where someone in our community is not afraid to speak their mind and discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of our community, Samson's Thinkatorium, Brian is your man. He's got a weekly podcast called What's in Your Cup every Wednesday morning. Unfortunately, I'm on the West Coast and he's on the East Coast, and it starts at 7 a.m. But it is recorded, and he keeps a full library of all those recordings. So do watch them. A lot of senior veterans in our community talk and chat with him on that. Lots of good content, lots of things to learn. So I do recommend you may want to subscribe to his channel and watch it on a weekly basis. If you can catch it live, it's a lot more fun, but the recording is just as good.
We are live. Live and direct from episode 1, Quattro Ocho, episode 148, 148 weeks, consecutive weeks of What's in Your Cup, where we bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the reptile community. I'm Brian, the CEO's Pops. Welcome to the channel, Samson Snakeatorium, where I'm working harder than an ugly stripper. Mm. Happy hump day, everybody. How we doing today? How are you all? Let's see. Got a bunch of chatty catties up in the comments. The morning misfits are going at it. And look at this already. Have a cup of coffee that was bought for me. Look at this. My man Timothy. Timothy with the 499. Off to the grind. We'll catch on replay. But good morning, all. Thank you buys me a cup of coffee before he goes to conquer his day. Who else is up in here? Let's see. Stan the man, see a serpent's first one to slide into the chats. Morning misfit. He has been rocking with us for quite some time now and been consistent. Benevolent reptiles, the pilot. Guys, hide your wives because he's coming after them. Old man pies and clowns, good morning. How are you today? You see, you're very chatty. You and Stan having like a whole conversation this morning. And the man, the myth, the morning misfit. Hashtag Hugh Grand Rising, all you morning misfits. Hope one and all are having a blessed week so far. Souls balls. It rhymes in English, but you know, he's a Boricua brother of mine, and doesn't really work in Spanish because it's Saul's balls. But yeah, Saul's balls. Repping Staten Island. Chris Blocker, good morning. My guy Mac O'Morph up north. How you doing, Mac? Enigmatic reptile sliding up in her. Slater Snakes. Thomas, good to see you. We're all the way from up north to down south to tip of Florida. Think he's on the Georgia border. Cane's Constrictors, how are you? All right, guys. Well, let's rock and roll. Let's see what's in my cup. I think you guys know what's in my cup because it's been in my cup. I'm rocking with that cold-blooded caffeine company. Again, still flowing with the Honduran, running low. I think that's it. I keep saying it, but if you're not following these guys, go check them out. Guys are doing some awesome stuff. I had a photo here. Uh, and of course, the awesome StreamYard that it is, which I think I have a link here for StreamYard in case you were interested. It deleted the photo. Doesn't I don't know why it does this. Maybe somebody could help me. Maybe I'm just maxed out. I have too many photos. I don't know. But I'm gonna upload it real quick because I thought this was pretty cool when I saw this. We know these hooligans, these goons. We have Holly of Texoma Exotics and Paul of Large Marge Morphs that were rocking with McKendrick and Trey. Pretty cool. Those are the two gentlemen right there. And again, if you hadn't seen that episode, go back and watch it. You guys don't like to watch the good stuff. Go back and watch episode number 123 and learn a little bit more about these guys. They also have a YouTube channel. Go check it out. As we've been doing on Tuesday nights, taking over a couple of old guys, Bronx Down Under, a couple of old guys and a male lesbian from Down Under. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Last night was my show, and we talked about disgraced heroes. And I don't know, everybody makes fun of me the way I say hero. Hero? I don't know. All right, whatever. You get the drift. So talking about old guys, I just realized this is really interesting, and I'm just gonna have to move my guy Timothy's cup of coffee that he bought me there for a second. But yeah, most of these characters when I watch them on TV, right? Fred Sanford, Sanford and Son, Archie Bunker. We got Flo there from Alice. We have Alice from the Brady Bunch. We have Edith. Got the guy from Cocoon. Ruth from Golden Girls. I don't know who the lady is above Ruth, but besides Ruth and the lady above Ruth, I am older than all of these people when they were those characters on TV or in the movies. It's kind of scary because, damn, I'd like to think that I don't look anything like they do because they look bad. God, Fred Sanford looks old. Archie looked old. Flo looked old. So hopefully I'm not looking that old. Thanks a lot, guys, for all the love and support. The CEO turned 12 years old. It's amazing. He's been doing this for 6 years, and how much has changed in those 6 years, including his size. So it's definitely amazing. Sorry about that. My dogs are feeling very rambunctious so early in the morning. Speaking about love, I, I I saw this and I can't be the only one. Come on. I can't be the only one. And I'm not trying to spread rumors. I'm not trying to start any controversies. But am I the only one that thought that this was high desert pythons and military morphs? I mean, what? Look at it. We want to talk about doppelgangers. That is a doppelganger right there. But no, it's not. We know Kayla is happily married to Max, and they have their little baby Max. Little Max is here now. So no, that is not them. So get your heads out the gutter. You guys are always looking to start some sort of controversy. But tell me I'm not crazy. I see Crystal Crabtree, VIP Morphs. Guys, look, I'm rocking. I'm representing the VIP Morphs Canada. And I guess pretty soon we won't have to say that because VIP Morphs is now VIP Morphs 420 and he's packing it up and leaving the ball python world and just growing some weed. Shout out to my guy Vinny though. Shout out to my guy Vinny. Let's see here. Pineapple. Grow some balls in here. Don't know. What else is going on? Last week we had a pretty good episode. If you haven't seen it, I haven't interviewed anyone in a while. And as most of you know, the interview show was Bowling with Brian, where we saw animals. We got a peek into breeders, collections, projects, what they were doing. This is where we kind of just do our little cup of coffee and talk about some stuff that's going on. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. You guys have been asking me for a while to interview uh, MC's big boss, Billy from Mutation Creation Canada. So I did it, and it was a pretty good time. Pretty good. I did not expect, okay, um, for it to be so deep. So it was definitely deep. He shared a lot with us, and of course, he was just Billy. And the comments, there was a lot of love there. So Billy's awesome. Love him or hate him, accept his ways or not. He doesn't give a shit. For better or worse, agree or disagree. Charles Barkley of Balls. Awesome show, brother. Nice podcast. Nice job. I'm sorry, Timothy. I'm gonna have to slide that out for a second. I'm not even a ball python guy, but was good to hear how direct you two were, and even seeing how you two differ on topics. I like how you stay true to your own opinions. Not everyone does that on these podcasts. Looking forward to the next one you two do together. Yes, very interesting. It's not often I look forward to a round two. There's some interviews I've had that I looked forward to it ending. Like, gosh, when will this be over? And this was one that it's inevitable that there will be a part two. Some things that we discussed there, and we have to follow up after 6 months. I say at least 6 months because of some of the things and the topics we discussed. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of Canada, shout out to Bubba. Lock what you love. Bubba's been on a couple of our platforms. Actually, he's also been on What's in Your Cup. He got up nice and early, what, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to join us one day to talk about that reptile recession. But Bubba, I definitely appreciate the the love. You've been a great supporter. Go check him out, the Acorn Collection. Uh, he locks what he loves, guys. Lock what you love. I'm all for it. Yep, that was awesome. Not the usual BS. Same questions and answers everyone has heard 1,000, 100 times. So that's the thing, guys. I kind of steer away from the big breeders and the big names in the reptile community because you've just heard them so many times. But you kept asking for it, so we did it, and it worked out, and I'm glad it worked out. Again, I did not expect for Billy to share some of the stuff that he did share. We kind of, bumped our heads like we knew we would, and at the same time, it was just good to see the personal side and how much of a success he is. And I don't mean in the ball python world, I mean in life. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. I had people tell me that they watched it a few times because they wanted to absorb some stuff. So that was pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, you need to do more interviews. Do you want more interviews? Do you guys want more interviews? And if you want more interviews, who would you want me to interview? Tell me. Um, it's easier to interview people, obviously, on the West Coast. It gets a little bit difficult. Excuse me, on the East Coast, it gets a little bit difficult when we head to the West Coast. 4 o'clock in the morning, and even though that's where the most successful people, that's the time they get up. It's a little bit difficult sometimes to have somebody already awake, already drinking coffee, dressed, ready to go. Yet many have done it, right? But I don't know. If you guys want interviews, let me know, and let me know who would you wanna who would you like me to interview? H&H Python says, yes, definitely more interviews. And I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. You don't want to hear me all by myself? Gosh. Blackjack Reptiles. It's definitely 4 a.m. here. Well, good morning to you and crush your day. Kill it. Because that's what I'm talking about, getting up nice and early. I'm a 4 o'clock guy. I get it. Usually, when you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're alone, especially in your house. You have children, spouse. They're usually knocked out while you're up already. By the time they wake up, you've done a lot. Hashtag Hugh says that was an awesome show. He can't wait for the next one. Don't worry, it'll be back in about 6 months. Okay, in about 6 months, Macomorph. Wait. You can disagree with someone and not try to cancel them or break them down. Depends on what generation you're from. Yeah, I think if you go way back, it's a tough interview to listen to. But the first time I sat down with Snakes and the Fat Man, we did it. We bumped heads a few times, and we had a great time. And I say it, I can't be around yes people. Um, I like to be around people that have different opinions. I like to be around people that have different perspectives, right? Because that's how we grow and that's how we see things. It either strengthens our position, strengthens our argument, or lets us see things from a different angle and understand why people think the way they think. So if you're around people that are always in agreement with you, always making you feel good, you won't grow. I guarantee you that. You're going to stay right where you are. I always recommend that you put yourself in a circle with people that are more successful than you, people that have stronger skill sets in certain areas you'd like to be. That's how you'll grow. But if you want to stay stagnant, stay around all the yes people, all the feel good people, all the hate to say it, toxic, positive people. Okay, because that's exactly what happened. Alrighty. So let's see. Yeah, so thanks a lot for all the love, guys. It was really, really cool. I really appreciate it. It is Ghost Week, so all of you Instagrammers should be out there posting photos of your ghost combo ball pythons. This was our first ghost combo. Her name was Pauline Geist. Pauline, because we got her on Paul Avenue in the Bronx. Geist, because that's how you say ghost in German, like poltergeist, I think. Probably some connection there. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. So yeah, guys, make sure you're posting up those hypos, those ghost combos this week. Show them off. Let's go. So from the Milk Carton Chronicles to the Sticker Breeder Graveyard, we are gonna dive. We're gonna take a dive into the Milk Carton Chronicles because yeah, you know, it's not my fault, but talk about that reptile recession. We talk about the COVID breeders. Well, they're fading away more and more and more. So what is this? Silver Dragon, who's been quiet. Well, nice to see you there. After the hey Brian. After the season, I think for the most part, I'm joining the No Cut Club. Maybe coincidence, but seems this year's clutches have a much better feeding response. No, it's not coincidence. No coincidence at all. Telling you guys, I think we did 300 plus babies. Maybe one didn't feed, or two, maybe two. I don't want to be exaggerating over here. Maybe two didn't eat. No cut club. No cut club. Let them use that little egg tooth that they have there. Let's see what's going on here. You guys are still chatting. Oh my gosh, what? Wow. Goodness. H&H shouting people out already. I don't know. Nice to see Snakes for the Memories again, the only people ever buried in the Sticker Breeder graveyard to resurrect. And they did it. They did it the same episode before the episode was over. Their phone must have been ringing. Guys, they're burying you. They're saying, that's it. You're God. H&H Python says that she is debating joining the No Cut Club. Hey, listen, to each their own, but who am I? I always say, you want to cut your animals. I mean, gosh, we don't go around just having C-sections for no reason. Usually there's a reason to do that. The animal has an egg tooth for a reason, but we can debate that, but not today. So who will be in the Milk Carton Chronicles and the Sticker Breeder Graveyard this week? A little bit, we're going to do things a little differently. Actually, this week in the on the Milk Carton Chronicles, we have an entire collection. Someone has broken into 256 exotics and stolen every snake we have. They're all adults and mostly large in size. If anyone sees these floating around, please contact me or report it. The blue highlighted snakes are males. Let me plug in this please say something if you see something. Yeah, my mic's acting up. Sorry about that, guys. This is how I pay the bills here, and now I'm just ready to give up. And these are some of the animals that they have that are missing out there: albino, cinnamon, black pastel, cinnamon butter, hypo, ghost sweet, pastel het clown, super pastel clown, super pastel GHI, bongo, lesser, mystic, diamond, NG, hypo. So, guys, if by any chance you see those things floating around in the Huntsville, Alabama parts, report it. Hit up 256 Exotics. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I hate when people say I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm going to be honest with you. If this is how you pay your bills, gosh, that's scary. There's not too much money making animals in here. And again, some beautiful animals, right? Gosh, at one time a pastel cost $25,000. But there's no money here. So it sometimes makes me wonder, and in no way, shape, or form am I accusing 256 Exotics of trying to do any type of hustle. But too often in this reptile community, we end up seeing people preying on the kindness of others. Too often, we see people posting sob stories, and again, in no way, shape, or form, I'm just using this as a segue, this post from 256 Exotics. But when you make a comment that this is how you make your money and how you pay your bills, well, first of all, there aren't that many clutches there. Second of all, besides introductory animals and pets, there's no money to be made there. And this is again where we have the controversy between hobby and industry. Okay. Guys, if you're going to do it as a business, start heeding to people's advice that do it as a business. If you keep breeding animals no one wants, as far as money is concerned, where you're going to make money and you're not pumping out $75 animals. A lot of the animals on that list, you would be lucky to get $75 from their hatchlings. Males, probably in the $50 range. And that's not even wholesale. That's what they're going for. I don't want people to quit, but I do want people to quit making the same mistakes over and over again. When you're saying that this is what you're doing for money, but you're not doing it in a business oriented way, how Mr. Fat Man says, it's a race to the bottom. Okay. Again, you can do whatever your heart desires, lock what you love. But if that list of animals that unfortunately is claimed to be missing, stolen, is how you pay your bills, it's going to get tough. Unless your bills are really, really minuscule. Okay. It's going to get really, really, really tough. Let me see. I'm a cutter. Yeah, a lot of you guys are cutters. I get it. I get it. I get it. I know you're all playing God. You're going to save the umbilical cord, tied up babies, and all this other stuff. And then they just die later because Final Destination, guys. You can't avoid it, right? Final Destination. Oh, here goes another one. LMK reptiles. We cut to save the snakes from drowning and all of this. What would they do if they didn't have you? This is why I don't bring anyone to the 100 acres. Go missing. Yep. Got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful. I wish there was a way to ID them somehow. I know some breeders add chips like a dog, and of course, you can't add an ear tattoo like rabbits. Well, you could take photos. If you're talking about your animals, I mean, obviously a bell would be difficult, but you could take photos. You could take photos of certain markings. I mean, that's how we compare animals from hatchling to adulthood. Um, Whenever I've purchased hets from people I didn't know, I asked to see pairings. I asked to see the hatchling, out of the egg. And you look for certain indicators, right? No, none of these animals have the same patterns. Heather says, I don't let anyone in my snake room that doesn't live in my house or I haven't known for years. Sometimes the people that are closest to you are the ones you got to worry about. Hopefully, no one living in your house. But it has happened, right? I covered an episode one time where there was murder involved with a boyfriend and the girlfriend's son because I think the son had robbed reptiles and sold them or whatever the case was. So always got to be careful. And unfortunately, these scumbags don't tell you they're scumbags. So just always be careful who you allow into your home. Slater Snake says we run 10 cameras 24/7 and almost 300 pounds of pitties on guard 24/7. I love pitties. I have pitties. I get it, but they're the worst guard dogs. They are the worst guard dogs because they love people. Everybody's bringing out their dogs. So, guys, if they want to rob you, people are going to be bringing steak. They're going to be bringing not snake, steak. Because, yeah, dogs usually have steak, love steak, and you probably didn't train them to not eat from someone else's hand. Morphed Ambitions, Grand Rising. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Okay. Yeah, Cat has a Cane Corso, beautiful dog, and she has two pits. I have a nice old pit. She's old and grumpy, and then I got the baby presser. Macomorph says that's less than 5K in babies from them pairings just saying like me or hate me. That's the truth. 5K. Whew. Man, that would be a stretch. That would be a stretch to hit 5K If every one of those went well and hit average eggs, that would be a stretch to hit 5K. Heather has a 230-pound Saint Dane. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure what that is. Like a Great Dane and something else, or is that a type of Great Dane? I'm gonna look it up. I'll look it up later. People need to learn to keep a close collection. Yep, yep, yep. Chris Blocker says, "No shit. My pit will help you carry the TV to your truck." Saint Bernard Dane, a Saint Dane. Okay, thank you. That must be a big dog. Yeah, my I had a may he rest in peace, Bryson. Passed away last December. Literally died in my arms. One of the saddest days, definitely over the last year. When he passed away, excuse me, when he was alive, people would cross the street when they saw us walking down. And he was about 125 pounds, very big, blockhead, 23-inch, big block solid head, all these muscles. Man, that dog would lick you to death if anything. Okay. I had to defend him. I would tell people. So yeah, pit bulls are horrible when it comes to other dogs. It's in their DNA. They're very dog aggressive. They were bred to be that way. But if they ever showed human aggression, they were put down because the handlers wouldn't be able to control them in the pits where they fought. So human aggression was taken out of the bloodlines for the most part. When you see these travesties that happen, obviously it's a human reason where the human has trained that dog, or a lot of people don't see that they've been badly trained and you'll see them attack someone or do something ferocious, but their tail is wagging because they think they're playing because they've been trained that way. So it's a real, real sad thing because it is such a beautiful, amazing breed, but it is strong and it can do a lot of harm. So, but yeah, they're horrible, horrible. If people know anything about pit bulls, they're not scared. They'll rob you. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. Emus are great guard pets. Okay. I think they use them a lot in Australia, right? Isn't that how they did the war in Australia? All right. So somebody mentioned it. We're going to get back to the graveyard now. And again, if you by any chance have seen any of those animals and you can lend a hand, put the word out. We found a few people lately on the milk carton that have resurfaced. Now maybe we can help someone find their collection. Let's learn from this though, guys. Let's learn from this. Don't let people know where you live. Have some type of video cameras. You can get a whole video surveillance system for less than $200 now, and with an annual cloud storage of for less than $400 you can have video surveillance and have it stored on the cloud. And if you didn't want that, you can put the mini SD cards in there, which I wouldn't recommend because they know that they can take the SD cards out. But yeah, guys, let's start protecting what we're working hard for. You want that Python passion, but you need to protect it as well. Crystal has an attack pig. AJ's Exotic says use a PO box. I use a PO box. That's right. Use a PO box. Yes, Chris says yes. Mine is that way too. Boy is exactly like that. No dog or cat can be around him, but any person is a friend. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Jared. Nice to see you guys. All right, so yes, my DMs lit up. Holy cow! My DMs lit up. The Sticker Breeder Graveyard. I don't know why. I cannot remember the last time my DMs lit up. I'm talking about Christmas tree. I mean, I got the Facebook screenshots, I got the Instagram screenshots, and it was just like at one point I remember it was like beep 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 beep, like my notifications on my cell phone. They just kept coming in, like you guys were all seeing it at the same time. And I just hit like because I'm not going to tell everybody, yeah, I got that already 10 times. But yeah, they lit up and they kept coming in. And guys, I have to give away a candle. I'm gonna give one away today. It's just that you guys don't make these giveaways fun, you know. We're gonna give away one of these hothead candles. I have a bunch of them here from Hothead Candles, and it's time to give them away. So, like I said, since none of you follow the giveaway guidelines, what we're gonna do is probably I'll just do it based on those that leave comments on the video, after the live, and I'll probably go back the last 10 or so. But yeah, I'm talking about DMs lining up, lining up, lining up, lining up. And when I posted this person on the Milk Carton Chronicles months ago, as a matter of fact, I had a little clip of a bunch of people that were on the Milk Carton Chronicles when Bob Vu was on the show. And he was surprised to see this person on the Milk Carton Chronicles. Um, God, I got a lot of shit. You know, I'm okay. I'm thick skinned. I could deal with it. Most of y'all just send to hell. But yeah, I got a lot of shit for it. Guys, again, and I've said it many times, I do not do a Milk Cartons Chronicle to discourage people. I do not do the Sticker Breeder Graveyard to discourage people. The point of the Milk Carton Chronicles is that if we haven't seen activity, because most of us are connected through social media, let's just keep it real. You have 1,000 followers on Instagram. How many of those people have you met in person? Okay. The reality is, most of our interaction outside of shows is through social media. And at least for those of us that have in person relationships, it starts on social media. So the point of the Milk Carton Chronicles is to reach out to people. Maybe, the way the algorithms work, you don't know who's going to pop up on your feed, on your wall, and it's easy to get distracted, and it's easy kind of like, to let people just fade away and not reach out to them. So the whole point of the Milk Carton Chronicles is that when there's people that we haven't seen activity for in a while, you reach out to them, see how they're doing. Maybe you have a phone number, maybe you can text them, maybe you have an email, maybe you have some form of communication outside of social media that you can check on these people. You know what I mean? So I need a pumpkin spice candle. Well, give Hothead Candles a call. That I wonder if they're doing the themes like that. That was a pretty good one. I think right now, right? People are loving their pumpkin spice. I really like this one, the sweet coffee that he made for me. He gets all scientific and gets in the lab and everything. So again, the point of the Milk Carton Chronicles is reach out to them. We've posted people the last few months, and it's so awesome when I've heard back from them, where they let me know that they're still in it, they're laying low. Goodness, we haven't even addressed it, but a few weeks ago, somebody got shouted out. They were on the Milk Carton Chronicles, and they said, "I'm still here," and then they went off on a person that didn't speak so nicely about them, saying they had a problem with alcohol. They were like, pretty much "F you, forward motion reptiles." I'm not trying to start the drama, guys, but it was pretty funny, I must admit. Like, how dare him? The guy's never had a conversation with me. I don't even drink. I don't even smoke. So, so yeah, guys, Milk Carton Chronicles, reach out to these people that you haven't seen any activity, because again, it's a passion that connects us. It's that Python passion that we need to keep going. Now, when I share the Sticker Breeder Graveyard, for those that call it quits, it's to remind you that it happens frequently. It's to remind you that some of these people have way more followers than you, way more subscribers than you. They were extremely active on all their social media platforms. They were at all the shows, and yet they still folded. It's not to It's not to insult them, it's to show you that you need to find a way to keep the passion alive. What works for you, that's why I do it. I do it so you can be reminded that there's always this appearance of glitz and glamour when everyone has their own struggles, their own realities, their own obstacles that they have to overcome. Every week we talk about hump day. We talk about overcoming those obstacles. We talk about it's a great day to get over the hump, right? To crush your weekly goals. You have to find a way to keep that fire ignited. And that's why I started the Sticker Breeder Graveyard, because there were a lot of people that were so enthralled in the social media, and I'm not saying this is the case, but so enthralled in the social media and the stickers and the merchandise. I mean, how many people have you met that have stickers and haven't even bred an animal? They have merch. Okay. I love it. Thank you so much. I love it when you guys send me merchandise. Um, but people send me merchandise, they don't even have a clutch on the ground yet. And sometimes they never have that clutch on the ground. So it's almost just like find a way to control your, curb your enthusiasm while controlling and protecting your Python passion. Otherwise, there's a good chance. And I hope that you don't want to ever be on the Milk Carton Chronicles. I hope you never want to be featured on the Sticker Breeder Graveyard. And I love it when people send me DMs, "Hey, I'm still here. Do not put me on the milk carton." Okay? That's what we need to do. We need to stay connected. We need to keep that Python passion going. We need to keep encouraging each other. And remember, we have to keep growing the community. And it's okay. Quite often, these clicks, some of you guys are real snake snobs. Okay? Hashtag snake snobs. Hugh, I'm giving you a run for your money today. Hashtag snake snobs, where you look down, right? You look down at other keepers, right? We look down at them because they don't want to breed. We look down at other people's collections. We create division. We need keepers. This is too much to me. This industry is a combination of a multi-level marketing company and a cryptocurrency company, or a multi-level marketing cryptocurrency company, right? Because that's what it seems like. It's an extremely volatile market like cryptocurrency, and there's always a new one. And it's always the new greatest one, right? The genes, right? The genes are the crypto, right? This is the new cryptocurrency, and this is the greatest thing here, and it's gonna take off, and you want to get in now, right? Get in now and get this gene now, right? That's the cryptocurrency aspect of it. Then you have the multi-level marketing aspect of it, where breeders are selling to breeders and selling to breeders and selling to breeders. And then there's a volatile market, because by the time you get those ingredients and you breed those animals, they don't hold that same value that it was sold to you, because it takes you a year and a half, 2 years to get the animals to size. So, guys, let's continue to grow this and encourage people to not be breeders. We need keepers. And guess what? There are keepers out there that like nice animals. They will invest in a high animal. They'll give you a few $1,000s for a nice animal. How many of you have expensive dogs that you don't breed, right? The number one dog right now is a Frenchie. Okay. They cost a lot more than golden retrievers. They surpass the golden retriever. They cost a lot more than pit bulls, right? And you don't ever intend on breeding that pain in the ass fart machine, because that's what a Frenchie is. It's a fart machine and a pain in the ass snoring little animal. Okay. So it is okay. It is okay for people to be keepers. So again, those are the reasons, but I got a lot. And again, thank you so much, Timothy. And guys, coffee costs money. Send me some of that coffee money. I don't mind. For 148 weeks, I find the way to make this happen. For 148 weeks, somehow I connect with somebody, and that's my goal. I don't care how many people see the show. We average over a year's time. We average about 500 views an episode. Some will be at 300, and some will be at 1,000, and in between. And connecting with one person. That's it. My goal every show is to connect with one person and somehow either keep them inspired and wanting to do this, or that they learn something and they apply it. So that's it. One person. I need one person. That's all. So, but yeah, I need coffee. So yeah, send me that coffee money, please. Feel free, and I will get my my branded cold blooded caffeine coffee soon. So I placed this person on a milk carton, and holy cow, did I get shit. Okay, I got shit. And yes, I already seen people in the chat talking about it. Um, I put precious pythons on a milk carton months ago. Okay. And guys gave me shit. Well, some guys gave me shit. I don't like the I told you so. It's never an I told you so. And I was having a conversation. I told you after we do the show, Bronx Down Under, usually we stay on after and we talk ourselves. And we were talking about certain things that are going on where the writing is on the wall. And it's like, gosh, you don't want to say I told you so, but at the same time, it's just like you knew certain things were inevitable. And I'm not saying that this is the case, but it often is. It often is the way and often is the case. Um, I did get to meet this person many moons ago at in Arlington. One of the things I found interesting, well, number one, she had her own thing going on, and she was very good, right, at the marketing. I know that when I first started swapping stickers, I wanted one of these stickers. But one of the things that I noticed, if you look into her logo, you can see the nipple in the logo. And a lot of her content was always braless, and I'm not trying to body shame because she has a nice body, nothing to be ashamed of. But you always saw nipples, and you know see-through shirts where you can see the full contour of the breast, and there was a sexuality there that definitely helped springboard that social media following. If I show my nipples, guys, I don't think it's gonna do anything for me. This is kind of like the double standard in this community. You know, you women got a little bit of an advantage. But I think that sometimes when we're so concerned about social media, and I say it all the time, I don't care how many views I have. I don't ever see this or me becoming someone that makes money off of this and this becomes my livelihood. I do too much to be able to commit to that. And to make money in podcasting, you need literally millions of subscribers and millions of ad views on top of that. Um, so when you're stuck on the social media aspect of this and you're not putting that same amount or more energy into the breeding aspect of this, it's not going to work out. And we talk about him a lot, right? We talk about Bob Vu. I've referred to Bob Vu plenty of times. Got his coffee right here from Cold Blooded Caffeine. Um, go look at Bob Vu's YouTube content. It is pretty much non-existent. It's minimal. He looks like he threw a dart at it one week and that was it. Yet he is one of the most successful breeders in the hobby. Okay. Look at some of the old school breeders. Same thing. Little to no social media presence content, and yet they are very successful at what they do. Your energy should be into the business aspect of it. Yes, marketing is a part of that, but you have to put more time and energy into the animals, into the research, into the genes, into the projects, and then creating a client base. If you think that you're gonna get 1,000 subscribers, you're gonna get 5,000 followers on Instagram, and that directly equates into sales, you are very, very misinformed. Okay. There is no direct correlation between your social media following because the fact is, most of it is fake. Look at how many people just do follow for follow because there's this preconception that you need to have so many followers to have value, that you need 1,000 Instagram followers, you need 1,000 YouTube subscribers to have value, right? To have status. That's some high school shit. Okay. We can't fall into this programming where you think your validation comes from a number that doesn't have any direct correlation to success. And I think that's where we get lost. I think she's selling the collection now. Yes, she's selling the collection. So this was her statement. This journey has been truly incredible, but today it's with a heavy heart that I've decided to take a step back from the hobby and sell my animals. For the past year, I haven't posted anything at all relating to precious pythons, which I'm sure most of you have noticed. Only really close friends and family know that for 5 years I was dealing with serious health challenges, which I very recently underwent surgery for. And I'm very happy and blessed to say that I'm on the journey to recovery and no longer having to experience the physical pain that I have been living with for so long. I want to assure everybody that this decision in no way was easy, nor does it reflect a lack of love I have for my animals or this hobby. Honestly, it's because of my deep appreciation for this hobby that I've decided to do this. Being in pain and knowing that I still had a duty and obligation to make sure that my animals always came first, no matter what I was struggling with, was something I have always done, but it is honestly something that I simply cannot do anymore. At this time, I need to focus on my health and my family, particularly my son. But throughout my short time in this industry, I've had the honor of connecting with some incredible people and witnessing the love and dedication that all of you have for these beautiful creatures. Every python I've bred and cared for it has been a source of joy and wonder, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've had in my life. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been on this journey with me and literally watched me grow in this hobby. Your support and friendship mean the world to me, and I can't thank you enough. For those that are interested, I will be making a separate post today as to what will be available. Everything will be going, including my ARS racks, PVC racks, 3 incubators, and 50 snakes, not including expected hatchlings. In the meantime, please keep me in your thoughts as I focus on regaining my health and spending much needed time with my son. The love and respect I have for these animals will forever be a part of me. With love, Precious. So again, I do hope and wish her the best. I know personally someone that started this with his son, his 6-year-old son, who was just I was ecstatic that he we connected with the ball pythons, with the snakes. But I shared this on a show, oh gosh, maybe a year ago, maybe longer than that. My son checked me. That's why you don't see him much anymore. I wanted my son to be the next that little kid, Ryan or whatever his name is, and bring in the millions of dollars and all of that. Um, but he checked me, and it got to a point where he told me, I'm tired of everything being snake, 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 Dad. Everything we talk about, everything we do is snake, 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 snake. And it was my son that kind of busted my bubble and made me realize, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, they got feelings too that we can't ignore. So we had to find the balance. So he's still very much involved. It's still his collection. It's a collection with downsizing. Another thing that happened is when I relocated, I lost my interns, which gave me 5 days a week. of service, and it became us and just Samson and I handling 100 snakes. We're in the 70s now, I think, around there. Still trying to downsize. Just not so easy. I give away or sell one or two snakes, and then I get five back. My math is horrible. Um, but he's still involved. We do the rats together. The other night, I got home at 10 o'clock. He stood up late. He stood up late because he wanted to help me. I brought home 200 and something rats that needed to be moved into the shed and into their tubs and fed and watered and situated. And he stood up with me to do that. So he's still very, very much involved. He didn't want to do the social media, so he stepped back from that. He has some interviews out there and things like that. And he said, "I'm good with the snakes, but I want to do this. I want to do this. I want." So he wanted memories outside of the ball python world, and he deserved that, um, and he earned that. So now, he has football, he has his dirt bike, he has flag football, tackle football. He gave hockey a shot. That didn't work out. I was like, kid, you're Puerto Rican and Dominican. There's nothing I could do for you in this hockey world, and it's not in your genetics. So he didn't like that. He loves baseball. So he did baseball, and academically, he does extremely well. The whole point is, though, I needed a kid to teach me that life lesson right there. Okay. And I can't remember if he was 9. I think this may have been a few years ago. And yeah, pop my bubble. Okay. Chris Blocker says, I have 63 followers now, but I have only been breeding for 4 years. Bought my first snake in 98, just was a keeper, didn't have much time to try the breeding. He was having kids, he was breeding humans. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Reagan Renee, haven't seen you in a while, Charlie, you clown ass. All my followers, design logos, that's not real. No, definitely not. Most definitely not. Nope, not real at all. Bob just worries about his own projects and his own journey. I am learning to do the same. Well, that's a page to take out of his book. I see my favorite Chinese guy, even though he's not Chinese, he's Korean. DTMG Pythons, Brian, OG of the morning show. So, guys, I mean, look, don't wait, and I guess that's what I'm trying to share here. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Find that balance now. I mean, we all have this Python passion, but find that balance. Don't let it ruin your marriage. Don't let it ruin your relationship with your children. Don't let it ruin your primary source of income. Okay, because this is time consuming. First thing I do and deal with in the morning are rats, and I hate them. I hate the ASF. They're cuter, right? They don't stink. They're cuter. That's the first thing I deal with in the morning. Okay, it's time consuming. Then cleaning tubs every day. We go through at least 10 tubs a day where we fix the bedding, etc. Then you're feeding every week. This is extremely time consuming, and you can go from 1 to 100 in the snap of a finger. You don't have to leave the hobby. Hobby. Do you hear that? Hobby. If breeding is overwhelming, the return on investment is difficult. Okay, that's why you hear the word hobby so much. The return on investment is extremely difficult if you're not doing this right, if you're not in a position to do it full time. You don't have to leave the hobby. Hold on to a few of your snakes. Keep your python. Something brought you here. Keep that fire ignited. Stay connected in the community. We want you to be a part of this community. We need you to be a part of this community because your fire keeps our fire lit. Okay. But don't burn yourself out. And guys, it happens quickly. If you're starting to feel it, control it. Keep a collection that you can handle. You don't have to breed 40, 50 clutches a year. If you want to stay a breeder, go ahead and breed your 1, 2, 3 clutches. Get your little feeder money in there. Doesn't have to be $20,000 animals, right? Run it like a business, man. Run it like a business. Be smart about it. Charlie says, I usually won't say this to you, Brian, but I respect that step back with Samson. Reagan got a little burnt out on the reels and stuff too. Guys, sometimes the kids are smarter than us. Ask your children. I think that's what I failed was I took it for granted because I remember when he shared this with me, he struggled to tell me this because they see your enthusiasm and our children want to make us happy. Okay. And they see our enthusiasm and they don't want to disappoint us. And it took a lot for him to break and tell me this. And I'll never forget how hurt I felt to know that I was hurting him. Okay. So just see, get your put your finger on the pulse and see what's going on for those of you that do this with your children. Or like DTMG Python says, use your kids as an excuse to play with snakes. I will not deny it. I said it since day one. I already had I had my boa. She's what 16 years old. She's still here with us. And yeah, I used it. I used it as an excuse. Told my wife, "Oh, Samson loves the snakes and wants his own." And then we got a bunch, and it kept growing and growing and growing. And then he came up with Samson's Snakeatorium, and yeah, I've never denied it. If you go back to early episodes, I always talked about how I used it as an excuse. Fought with my wife, and she's a sucker for Samson, so it all worked out. It all worked out. H&M Exotic says, I gave away several snakes over the last couple months. Most were impulse buys that never fit into plans. We'll be selling a bunch at the upcoming Show Me show, reducing back to my original projects. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kingdom Pythons, Dr. Joe, amen. And you're absolutely right. Amen to that. Hallelujah. And congratulations on your first show at the Lone Star Reptile Show. And with that said, guys, we're gonna segue. Let's segue. Let's segue into the vendor. Oh, this thing's acting up again. The vendor spotlight. Right, guys? You guys said we want some more of the good. It can't be all bad. It can't be all ugly. So again, shout outs to Dr. Joe who did his first show, and I hope all went well. Would have been nice though if you sent us more photos. I tried to find photos and I couldn't find any photos. Joe, come on, man. But who else was out there? Speaking of Morphix in Canada and all the great stuff that they were doing, they had a show this weekend, and it's awesome to see that Canada has the shows going on. Kat from Morphix, she is awesome. She actually won the Battle of the Balls Eye Candy Extravaganza, the first ever, which I was sad because we were giving the first ever title to a Canadian. But then I found out she's actually an American that lives in Canada. So I will take it. But Morphix was at the Alberta show in the Calgary Genesis. Excuse me. She was at the Calgary Genesis Center. So that's pretty cool to see Canada doing their thing. Bubba, who gave me that awesome shout out, the Acorn Collection was also in the house. I believe Billy was there as well. And the beautiful t shirt I'm wearing, VIP Morphs. And I don't want to ruin her name. I think it's Gecko Diva. I should have wrote it down somewhere. I think it's Gecko Diva. I think we have like the husband wife duo doing their thing, and I think it's Gecko Diva. And if it's not Gecko Diva, I suck. Then, of course, one of my favorite little homies, okay? We got Princess Camo, Emily. This is a father daughter duo, right? Out of Maine. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with Camo Constrictors quite a few times. We'll go out to dinner afterwards with the kids. Emily was a huge fan of Samson's, and we are huge fans of her. She is an awesome young lady being raised by an awesome man. It's not often you see a man raising a girl on his own, and he does a terrific job. And if you've ever been to a show that he is at, oh my gosh, he says he's shy and introverted and all this stuff, but the guy has some energy. And I believe this was at the Rhode Island Show Me show. So if you didn't get to check it out, it's too bad. Pembroke Pines had Eric's Morph Factory. Eric, haven't seen him in the chat. Usually he's one of those guys that slide in first. Mad River. Mad River was doing his thing. He had a great display at the Wise Guys Reptile Show in Ohio. Is that Xenia? Am I saying that right? Xenia? I'm not sure, but it was in Ohio. Wise Guys Reptile Show. So Mad River doing his thing. And of course, I gotta shout out my favorite purple people, Leviathan Snakes. Now I'm gonna let's go to the better photo right there. There we go. That's the better photo, and I'm sure you all agree with me. That was at the Charlotte Repticon, and Leviathan has been extremely busy. Winner of last year's Snakes and the Fat Man 15 minutes of lame, which I definitely was pushing for them to win it. They will be releasing a little documentary movie type thing on the 15 minutes of lame. So that's pretty cool, and it's coming out soon. I believe they will be releasing it on December 1st, I want to say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think I got a little piece in it. I don't like the angle that Steven shot it at. He shot like upwards and made me look even fatter than I am. I don't need the extra help. Thanks very much. And of course, we didn't touch up on this, but a couple weeks back, Tinley and everybody that was rocking out at the Pinnacle, right? Tinley is that show, the Pinnacle. So Primal Scales was doing his thing. Juggernaut Reptiles, fellow Bronx boy, was out there, and he also introduced the world's first blue-eyed Lucy blood python, and that thing got a lot of love. Shout outs to Juggernaut Reptiles. And we can't, you already know, bow, small town exotics, my man Shane. Where are you, Shane? You didn't show me no love today. Talking about marketing and great marketing, you cannot deny Troy of Best Dressed Balls. I've met him at a couple of shows, and let me tell you something: the guy's marketing is A plus. Oh, I think this is Mad Rivers. Oops, should have moved that one up. So what else is going on here? We have upcoming shows: South Florida Fairgrounds, West Palm Beach, Scales, Reptiles, and Fish Expo. I'm sure a lot of you Floridians will be at that. I have an interesting photo. And I'm going to ask you guys if you had ever seen this. Let's see here. Um, it looks like Hamburg is coming up on Saturday. Anybody going to Hamburg? Hamburg was never one of my favorite shows there, but that's something maybe Charlie, maybe DTMG. I'm not sure, but Hamburg was definitely never one of my favorite shows. They have these here, and I'm wondering, number one, do you guys know what they are? And do they have these by you? Yeah, found it interesting. These things are definitely Mother Nature at her best. So, do you have these in your neck of the woods? We have these up here. These were actually seen and photographed in Vermont. Do you know what those are? Come on, let me know. Let me know. And speaking of Leviathan snakes, they decided to join us. Well, good morning to you. Nice of you to finally join us. All right. I do want to wrap this up, but before I run away, I saw this and it was a little disturbing because we're always talking about these social media whores, right? And without a doubt, now this is someone that does profit off of social media, that does take it to that next level with the millions of followers, etc. Jay Brewer of Prehistoric Pets. Now, this post went up a couple of days ago, and I'm not sure if I'm seeing things. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed that this is who I think it is. Do you guys see who is posted next to Jay in this photo? And this is him posting a memory of him feeding this liger, which is the largest cat, I believe. Max says, "Motherfucker has his own TV show. I haven't seen it and won't." I talked about it a few shows back. I actually watched it on a flight. I think I was coming back from, I want to say Florida, and yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Joe got to see Holly. That is awesome. That is awesome. That guy, Heather says, that guy is a predator. There is a documentary about him. So I think it is who I think it is, then, right? I think it is who I think it is. He was on the Tiger King, and after the Tiger King, Netflix did their own show on him. His name is Doc Antle, and he was sentenced recently for wildlife trafficking. Uh, Bhagavan Doc Antle, a trainer featured on the Netflix series Tiger King, has received a suspended 2-year sentence after being convicted of illegally buying endangered lion cubs in Virginia. There are other allegations that were in those documentaries. Yes, there is a whole documentary about it. Um, so why would someone post a memory with him if that is him? Again, I haven't confirmed it. It makes sense. Kind of looks like him, right? Looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck. And why would you post this video? And then if you look in the comments, okay, people are like, why are you posting with that scumbag? Why, Jay, why are you, I wouldn't post a picture with this guy. Um, if you look at the comments, he kind of dodges it. So it's either it is him and he wants the attention that comes with it, and he wants those clicks, right? Because there is money involved with every click, every like, every follow, every share. Or it's someone that looks like him that he still wants the same recognition. And again, these are the people that have millions of followers and get that support. That's what you have to be mindful of. It's sad, okay, that people that may have at some time started out in this hobby with good intentions turned into this. H&M Exotic says trash begets trash, plain and simple. Benevolent wants to I guess be the devil's advocate here. Probably doesn't pay attention to who's with him, just wants to post cool pics, maybe even has a social media person posting for him. There's definitely a possibility of that. But the same thing I say about Kevin from Nerd, it's your company, it's your responsibility. Nothing should be posted without approval. But the reality is the timing of this and the responses in the chat or in the comments made it very evident he avoided ever responding to people asking why he would post a picture. So he was made aware of what's going on. And being that he is most likely at his facility, I think he knows who Doc Antle is. So I can't agree with that one. But, we do need to have, I guess, devil's advocates in the world. Macklemore says, I don't take pictures with people. I don't like my pictures taken. I don't like many people. Yeah, I know that. Send me my damn picture, by the way. All right. I want my picture. Thank you. Thank you so much. I remember Mac won a t-shirt and he sent the picture of his lady wearing it. Lorga, Russia, from Russia with love. Prehistoric death and Doc Antler. Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. So, guys, again, we have to no, Mac, I want a picture of you. We have to be better. We have to police this community. We have to be better, and it starts with us as an individual, the person you look at in the mirror. What can you do today to make our community better? What can you do today to make yourself better? Okay, start with yourself. Start with self help, right? Self motivation, balance, mental, physical, and then see how you can help someone else. but we do need to do better. We do need to be better in the community. So, all right, guys, I want to wish you all an amazing, amazing week. It's hump day. Let's get over the hump. Crush your goals. If you don't have goals detailed, written out, that you are intentionally going towards, make that a goal. Make it a goal to be better at goal setting. Make it a goal to be better at planning out your day. Make it a goal to be better at planning out your week. Make it a goal at raising the bar. Okay. But whatever you do, go and have a great week. Peace.
Wednesday, hump day, which means it's the time for MC's pick of the week. Imagine that. Spinning around with this what? Where's the alternate? Oh my god, this is the first?
I want the alternate.
So clean. Now that would look sick. Hey everybody, Billy from Mutation Creation. It is Wednesday, which means Team MC's pick of the week. As usual, we'll do this. Oh, Brian. Gotta check that out. I wasn't able to make it today. I didn't get much sleep, so I missed it. Sorry, Brian. We'll catch it up. I'll watch it a little later. What's in your cup? Episode 145. Anyways, let's get to this.